Codename, Black Quill. Category, deadly artifact, intellectual tyrant. Justice isn't subjective, but in the wrong hands, it can become a weapon of unchecked power. The Death Note, a supernatural artifact that kills anyone whose name is written in its pages, is both an instrument of divine authority and a catalyst for chaos. The wielder, a young man named Light Yagami, brilliant, methodical, and dangerously consumed by his own ideology. To neutralize this threat, we must focus not only on the man, but the object of his power. Understanding both is the only path forward. Light is a fascinating study in contrasts. On the surface, he appears to be the ideal citizen, intelligent, disciplined, and morally upright. But beneath that facade lies a man whose brilliance is matched only by his hubris. When he first obtained the Death Note, a tool originating from the realm of the Shinigami, death gods, he viewed it as an opportunity to create a perfect world by eliminating criminals. However, the power corrupted him, turning him into Kira, a ruthless and calculating vigilante who justifies any act, no matter how heinous, as a necessary step toward his vision of justice. Light's psychological profile is key to understanding his tactics. He thrives on control, constructing elaborate plans with multiple contingencies. He's a chess player, always thinking several moves ahead, and his ego drives him to prove he's the smartest person in the room. This makes him predictable in one way. He can't resist a challenge to his intellect. The Death Note itself is no ordinary artifact. Its origins trace back to the Shinigami realm, where it serves as a means of extending the life of these death gods by taking life from humans. The notebook's supernatural properties are overseen by Ryuk, the Shinigami tied to Light, whose own motives, ranging from boredom to curiosity, add an unpredictable layer to this already volatile threat. The rules of the Death Note are intricate, but the most important is that it requires the user to know their target's name and face to be effective. While this limitation provides an opening for countermeasures, Light's meticulous nature and access to information make him difficult to evade. The notebook's supernatural properties demand a strategy that accounts for both its power and its user. The operation would begin by baiting Light with a fabricated moral dilemma designed to provoke his sense of justice and superiority. A series of controlled, false criminal profiles would be introduced into the public sphere. Individuals accused of heinous crimes but hidden behind airtight identities, rendering them untouchable by conventional means. These profiles, disseminated through Wayne Tech-controlled media channels, would appear as an insurmountable challenge for Kira. The implication? Only Light, with his Death Note, could deliver the justice the world demands. The key lies in planting clues, suggesting that these untouchable criminals will gather at a specific location, a place under my control, chosen to maximize operational advantage. Light's obsession with eliminating criminals and proving his superiority would compel him to investigate personally, ensuring he brings the Death Note with him. The lure would be crafted to appear entirely organic, eliminating suspicion of a trap. Once Light arrives, I would deploy the Orb of Ra, a mystical artifact known for its ability to counter supernatural forces, strategically positioned near Light. The orb, recovered from a Justice League operation against Stag Enterprises, would diminish the notebook's supernatural energy, severing Ryuk's bond and rendering the Death Note inert. Simultaneously, a tactical strike would neutralize Light himself. Using disorienting measures such as flashbangs and smoke grenades, I would create confusion, isolating Light from the notebook before he can react. Ryuk, bound by his non-interference policy, would be prevented from aiding Light during this critical moment. The Death Note would be retrieved and immediately secured in a Wayne Tech containment unit. Following the Death Note's retrieval, its supernatural properties demand thorough analysis. In this instance, an ally like Dr. Fate would be invaluable. Fate's expertise in magic and otherworldly artifacts would allow for a comprehensive assessment of the notebook's properties, ensuring no hidden dangers remain. His mystical safeguards could also reinforce the Death Note's containment, preventing Shinigami interference or reactivation. Light, however, is still a psychological threat even without the Death Note. His delusions of godhood, his need for control, and his ability to manipulate others make him dangerous in any environment. Following his capture, I would detain him for psychological evaluation to assess the extent of his sociopathy and determine the best containment strategy. Arkham Asylum, with its history of housing individuals with complex psychological profiles, would serve as a potential long-term solution. Under constant surveillance, Light would be contained in an environment designed to prevent any further manipulation or escalation of his ambitions. Justice isn't about playing God. It's about accountability, restraint, and understanding the cost of power. Light lost sight of that, and I won't let the Death Note, or the ideology it inspired, consume anyone else. Let me know who you think deserves the next contingency. Stay sharp and stay prepared.